Alright, everybody. If there's one thing you guys know about me, it's that one of my favorite things in the world, as well as one of my least favorite things in the world simultaneously, is Minecraft. I started my channel off with Minecraft videos, as many people did. I still enjoy Minecraft to this day, though I find myself playing modded beta versions more often than, even modded modern versions of the game. I do have a lot of problems with the game, and I could literally go on and list them for hours. I have on stream before. In fact, I have a plan to make a more scripted video about the sort of, in my opinion, degradation of Minecraft's quality from the beta era to modern day. Not necessarily a degradation in quality, but a degradation in charm, I guess. Anyway, let me show you guys something. Now, unfortunately, NameMC doesn't actually track your account going back that far, but you can see, at least going back to 2019, and obviously PigPuncher368 was my name for so long that the site doesn't even have it registered because it was my name since before this site existed. But, I played Minecraft for a good long time. By that I mean since early 2011, but in 2010, like the late half of 2010, I was playing a cracked version, as many people did. I've been playing since the start, okay? I've effectively been playing since the start. I wasn't playing the cave game, like, tests or anything like that, but since Minecraft was, like, a legit game that people were playing and people were hearing about through YouTube. I was there from the start, I was in that target age, and I just grew up with Minecraft. Oh god, that one launcher. Let me show you what the Minecraft launcher looked like. Old Minecraft launcher, because there's been quite a few. Yeah, I started in late 2010, and then, got my account in early 2011. In large part because my friends wanted to play online. Before that, we would do Hamachi servers, and it was like, ugh. This is not even the one I'm talking about. Remember this launcher and how mad we were when this was the launcher? This isn't the old launcher. I mean the old launcher. Yeah, boy. There it is. The old launcher. There it is. God, do you guys... Just how many memories does this bring back to you right now? This makes me want to play Minecraft looking at this right now. Tell me you don't want to type your f***ing info in right now and play Minecraft looking at this screen. Dude. Anyway, as you can tell, I'm a nostalgic Minecraft boomer. And I've been there through thick and thin with this game. I started the game back when so few people were playing it. I was one of the few kids in the community playing Minecraft when it started. I want you to think about it. Minecraft started off, the first wave of people who got into Minecraft weren't kids. They were like 20s to 30s, some early 40s, but mostly 20s to 30-year-old dudes who discovered Minecraft from RuneScape, WoW, and a myriad of other games online. And those are the guys who started YouTube channels and became the first wave of Minecraft YouTubers. Your X's Adventures in Minecraft, Paul Source Jr., I could go on, right? That was your first wave of Minecraft players, were like 20s and 30s dudes for the most part. But when they started making content, young kids like me slowly started to discover their videos. For the most part, early on, it really did feel like a lot of the people watching the Minecraft videos when I got into it were considerably older than I was. Around the age I am now and younger to like 16, right? And I was 11 at the time, so that was considerably older than me. And as I grew up, by 2012, the game was flooded with kids, right? And it became this stark differentiation between the older audience that make content on the game and the younger audience that consumes that content on the game and plays it, a lot, consumes a lot of merchandise for the game and whatnot. And as, in that early time of the game, like before it got popular with younger people, I would talk about the game at school with my small group of like 3 or 4 other friends who knew about this niche little block game. I want you to think about that. Me included, at my middle school, and 3 other people were the 4 people in the entire school that knew what Minecraft was and played it. I need you to think about how far back you have to go to reach that point. He's too affected by nostalgia? Silence you. Anyway, moving forward though, the game starts to get popular. You know, me and my friends would even get teased for playing the game because Call of Duty and, like, Battlefield and, you know, much more sleek, shiny graphics type games were more popular. And the idea of a voxel, pixel type game like Minecraft was laughable at the time. People would laugh at you for playing Minecraft in that first, like, 6 months to a year, right? But then it really got popular with the release of 2 things, the console edition and the pocket edition. That's when the game blew up with a lot of kids and became like a household brand name. And all of a sudden, my 4 friends and I were surrounded by a sea of people who were suddenly into Minecraft, and we were basically the 4 hipsters who played Minecraft before it was cool. And you better believe we harbored so much resentment for the fact that we spent a whole school year getting shit for playing Minecraft, and then after the next summer passes, and it's a new school year, and everyone's playing the fucking game on their Xboxes. And it's all on Xbox and phone. None of them on PC. None of them on PC like me and my friends were. So, like, we'd talk about mods like the Aether mod. They didn't know what we were talking about. They didn't know what the Aether mod was, or the Tropicraft mod, or Twilight Forest. They didn't know about, the Millionaire mod, or what the Tekkit was. At that point, Tekkit was starting to become a big thing. And Technic Pack and Tekkit, they didn't know what that was because they were on console. And so there was still this crazy divide. My heart's still broken about the Tropicraft series, dude. That was going to be my, like, virtual tropical vacation for my birthday. Rough times. Anyway, Minecraft got really popular. And it just sort of became a big household name. But over time, stuff started to change. Notably, in 2014, Mojang, the company that, you know, owns Minecraft, got bought from Notch, that neo-Nazi guy that made the game, for, like, what was it, 4.2 billion? 4.5 billion? 4.5? I think it was 4.5 billion, right? Or was it 3.5 billion? Nearly 4 billion. I forget what the exact number was, but it was a few billion at least. Notch is a Nazi? How do you not know that? How are you a lefty who knows who Notch is and not know he's a Nazi? The dude has literally multiple times tweeted about the JQ. Like I forget what he said. People wouldn't be so afraid, or people wouldn't feel the need to talk about Jewish world control so much if we were allowed to talk about it without getting banned, I think is what he said. And that's just one of many things. He's very aggressively transphobic too. So although I will give you this little bit of a cleanser, right? Simon from the Yogscast, Honeydew, a couple years ago said trans rights and tweeted at Notch to shut the fuck up with his transphobia as like Notch's birthday present to Simon, and ratioed the fuck out of Notch. It was a pretty based moment. For those that don't know, the Yogscast has for a very long time been very politically based as fuck. I'm not aware of any members, sorry, I should say currently in the Yogscast members, who are not based with their politics. There are a couple people who got booted out that I can only assume don't have the best of politics, judging on the reasons they were booted out. Yeah, what was his wife's name? I know her username was EZ, Notch's wife. I know her username was EZ, but it was like something Zetterstrand or something. She did a lot of the early coding for Minecraft. You guys know that, right? That Notch's ex-wife did like a pretty significant amount of work. Ellen, yeah, it stood for Ellen Zetterstrand was her username. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, she did like a pretty significant amount of early coding work on Minecraft. Like a fair amount. You could even argue that she did almost as much work as Notch on making the game early on, or in the interim period before they broke up. But yeah, she I think like I think her brother or somebody related to her with the same last name did another thing for Minecraft as well. Like, unironically, Minecraft at its start had the charm of this family project very early on. Like, even when Mojang was just a small team of like 8 to 12 people, and you'd see like the lineup of them on the Sphax texture pack loading screens, like, it still felt like a very insular, chill company. But that really started to change in 2014 when the first big EULA update came. We got to talk about EULA. Listen, I'm American, so the concept of the EULA is actually like pretty weird. And I only know it as the Minecraft thing, but to basically, explain it, an introduction to end-user license agreements. When a customer or business purchases a piece of software, they're not actually gaining ownership of the software at all. Instead, they're paying for the right to use the software. So basically, the idea is that when you get Minecraft, you agree to their end-user license agreement, and this includes a shit ton of terms that you agree to when you play Minecraft or use their service, that if you break those terms, they are allowed, legally, because you agreed to these terms, to revoke the service from you. As in, like, yeah, you paid for the game, but they can ban you from all online services, hell, even take your copy away from you and your ability to play it if they want, because you signed an agreement that says that you would do that. I love not owning anything. The EULAs are part of the you own nothing thing, by the way. Like, the whole, like, you will own nothing meme. EULA is one of the things that backs that up. Ownership of these software applications remains with the software vendor. To clearly specify terms, conditions, liabilities, restrictions, obligations, and more, vendors will gate their software behind an end-user license agreement. The end user, that's you, the consumer, then must agree to the stipulations outlined in the EULA before they can access the application. You've all agreed to Minecraft's EULA if you've ever booted up the game. You probably didn't read it. No one ever reads it, except the people who are, talking about this stuff. So, why is this important? Well, the EULA for Minecraft updated back in 2014. Now, I don't know if you guys remember the years before 2013 and the time before this happened in 2014, but regardless of what a YouTuber did for their content online, they had a Minecraft server. Do you remember those times? When every YouTuber had an official Minecraft server, and 99% of the time, it was a faction server. At the time, I was annoyed as fuck about this, because I missed classic old survival servers that just didn't have plugins and weird shit, and I felt that faction servers and minigame servers were kind of destroying the Minecraft multiplayer landscape. I was a Minecraft boomer in 2013, guys. But yeah, essentially, I look back on them as a very negative thing, but honestly, in hindsight, they were actually a very clear sign at the game's health. The game was so successful that every YouTuber had an official Minecraft server. You could look, in almost every popular YouTuber, no matter what they did, probably started their channels off with a Minecraft YouTube video. That was a very good sign for the game's health. Now, for those that don't know, faction servers relied on one particular thing to make the majority of the money they used to A, maintain the server, and B, update the server's hardware and software to keep it running well, and, obviously pay staff, pay builders. There's just a lot of things that go into running, like a big Minecraft server, or even like a smaller scale, like 100,000 YouTuber Minecraft server, right, back in the day. And that was selling kits. If you donated or voted for the server on like some vote or whatever database, you could get an in-game kit. And it would be like a modified item, not like a Prot 4 armor or anything like that, but like a Prot 10, right? And that would be the kind of thing that you could get already in the game, but if you donated to the server to help keep it up, you could get further, right? And there was a lot of discussion at the time about how this was unethical, and it was like kids are stealing their mom's credit cards to donate to these servers. But a lot of these servers also did like refunds and shit if like you emailed the YouTuber who was running them or the person who ran them. Like when that didn't happen, it ended up being massive scandals selling to kids. It ended up being like a massive scandal if like at the time whenever a like kid would steal the mom's credit card and buy like 500 diamond armor kits, and then the YouTuber would be like, "Nah, we don't do refunds." It would be that shit would destroy YouTubers' careers, so they would do the refunds. But there was still a lot of worry about that kind of stuff. Clipped. Someone in chat said selling kids or selling to kids. And I acknowledged them as, oh yeah, so there was a lot of drama about selling these kits to kids on Minecraft servers. Not, did I say selling kids, or did the person in chat say selling kids? I honestly don't know. Let me focus on my monologue, okay? You guys are trying to throw me off. Stop trying to fuck me up. Where was I? These servers, which were a massive, massive portion of the Minecraft multiplayer ecosystem, relied on this monetization model. For example, the Hypixel Minecraft server, not a factions server, though I think they have a factions mode. Lots of minigames, right? Literally the biggest Minecraft server. They were hit very hard by the EULA update because they had custom in-game items that you could get for, like, subscribing and buying roles on the server. Like, you can buy ranks on the server, and those ranks came with certain, like, in-game benefits. Because why not? Why wouldn't you want that? And that suddenly became against the EULA. The EULA change basically said you could not reward for money in-game items. You could not give in-game items to a player for giving money to the server. Which is just... I see how that system was being abused before, but that change was so severe that it killed so many Minecraft servers. Back in 2014. It killed so many Minecraft servers back in 2014. And do you know what happened after that event? After that original EULA update that just fucked over the entire Minecraft multiplayer space. Do you know what followed that update going after 2014? The first Minecraft Dark Age. You guys remember the Minecraft Dark Ages, right? Notch had sold the game started to have some really subpar updates that were really spread out apart, people just started to fall off, YouTubers got burned out and bored, the game's numbers and Google search trends dropped, it became embarrassing again to be a Minecraft player at school or at work or whatever. You guys remember that? The first Minecraft Dark Age followed that big EULA update. In large part because the massive, thriving multiplayer community for Minecraft got squashed by that EULA change. Things got worse in 2017 with another EULA update, which continued the downward spiral of Minecraft's popularity. And if it wasn't for nostalgia and some very well-timed and planned updates in 2019 and 2018, Minecraft could have very much become a niche little memory for a lot of people, rather than the still dominating game that it is today. Because we saw its massive explosion in popularity happen back in 2018 and 19, which was due to a lot of reasons, one of them being YouTubers finding new interesting things about Minecraft. One of those things was the experiences that can be had socially on Minecraft servers. All the new types of Minecraft content that blew up with the new Minecraft Golden Age that started in 2018-2019 was Minecraft server related. SMP Live and all of the SMPs that followed that with like Dream and the Minecraft Manhunt and speedrunning shit, and all the like the lore with the Dream people or whatever and the MCYT sphere. Those videos where it's like, I've got a Minecraft server, here's 1,000 of my fans, they're gonna build civilizations and go to battle with each other. And then, of course, finally, 2B2T. 2b2t.org, a server that has acted as a petri dish for historical events and toxicity and culture within a video game for over a decade now, that has over a decade of history and a handful of YouTubers varying in different sizes, some up to a couple million subscribers like FitMC, whose almost entire channel is dedicated to archiving events and history of said server. I hate 2b2t because of the where of the queue. We'll be getting into that in a minute, because if it weren't for that queue, 2b2t could not exist, my friends. That's the sad truth of it. That brings us to today. I predict another Minecraft Dark Age is on the horizon. Now, I want to preface this by saying I am well aware of how over-exaggerated this EULA update is. It is not as bad in some areas as it has been made out to be. Regardless of that, I still think that the areas in which this Reddit call-out post are accurate, and I checked the actual EULA, the dry-ass fucking EULA update page on the Mojang website and the Microsoft website. Some of these are true, and the ones that are true, the ones that I have a big problem with, I think are going to have massive reverberating effects on the game's popularity and the community and culture of the game going forward. Now, it's no surprise, by the way, that the Minecraft community is already split between two factions at the moment. You've got people who are mostly longtime Minecraft players who are really fed up with Mojang. Like, fed up to the goddamn max with Mojang. That's the crowd that I'm in. You know, I am in the fed up with Mojang crowd. And then you've got the dick ride Mojang crowd. There are a lot of people who just defend Mojang to a sometimes embarrassing degree. But I fall on the previous side, the former side of it. I'm kind of fed up with Mojang. There's a variety of reasons why. I think the mob vote is one of the dumbest things they've ever done. It breeds nothing but conflict and hatred between the player base. It basically forces us to decide whether or not we get they're going to give us a pithy amount of content in the new update. Now let's decide which thing we get based on how much utility it brings in the game. Like, whenever we have a mob vote, people vote on which mob to get based on which one adds more content to the game, because the game is so lacking in content that we overanalyze each of the 3 biome or mob votes or whatever things we get to vote on to find out and maximize every last drop of content we could potentially squeeze out of each option, and then everybody tries to vote for the one that they believe will bring the most additional content to Minecraft Vanilla, because listen, I could go on for a while. The game's content is not what I'm here to complain about. We're here to complain about the end user license agreement update. Remember, some of the things said in this Reddit post are over-exaggerated. Some things are not true. I will point out which ones are not, and I will say which ones are and which ones are the ones that I'm most worried about. EULA updated after 3 years. It's officially 1984. Let's go. The last update to the EULA had previously been made on the 17th of April 2020, which caused massive issues within the community due to changes being purposefully loosely worded in a way that caused a ton of servers to shut down due to this non-compliance. Today, on the 2nd of August 2023, Mojang just released a blog post notifying users about changes to their EULA updates. Required by law. This is enforced by law. You have to be EULA compliant. The changed EULA and guidelines has been rewritten with lots of portions from the old version and has added sections which are likely to cause the game some serious damage, which this post will go over. This comes after the recent Guns server EULA drama, where Mojang arbitrarily decided, through loose wording, that guns fell under the adult content guidelines, forcing servers such as GTM to degrade their experience due to the fear of being restricted. For those that don't remember, there were a lot of Minecraft servers out there where there were modded textured items to be guns in the game, and there were first-person shooter FPS maps in the game where you could shoot guns at each other, and it was super cool. Mojang didn't like that because they want Minecraft and its servers even ones not that they're not official servers. They're run by just random people out there that invested their time and money into running it. They didn't like that the guns make the game look non-kid friendly. We'll be getting more into why that aspect of Mojang's priorities is a massive driving factor in the bad changes that they've made. As a gun server owner myself affected by this issue, I was awaiting for Mojang to reply to several inquiries made by gun server owners in a joint Discord group, which only led to Mojang naming the people capable of deciding we're out of office and that we had to wait over a month to get a proper answer. Oh, for those that don't know, the reason why the Mojang employees were out of office is because every time they're planning a new update, they use it as an excuse to go on a multiple month-long company vacation out of country. So, like, for pandas, they went to China and spent, 2 months in, a bamboo forest studying the pandas to get the most, realistic pandas for Minecraft. They did the same with llamas in, the fucking Swiss Alps or something. So the employees are away on one of their getaways to research for the next Minecraft update. The answer we got? None. Instead, they updated the EULA, which essentially answered our questions, meaning that we and many more servers all have to shut down as we are officially non-compliant under the new EULA. I think some servers got around it by untexturing the guns back to just being wooden hose. And so I think you can still do this in some servers, but the guns are just wooden hose. So, yeah. That's nice. The gist of how this affects Minecraft from server owners to players with quotes of how it relates to this new EULA. Servers with paid player queues, such as 2b2t, are now non-EULA compliant. This along with another thing that goes after 2b2t specifically, are one of, I think, the biggest issue here. 2b2t videos, for a good amount of time, back in 2017, 2018, made up a fair chunk of Minecraft YouTube viewership on the entire platform. 2b2t's existence is a cultural impact on Minecraft, on this tier, almost as close to on the tier of Herobrine. Okay? Every Minecraft player at this point knows 2b2t. Making 2b2t not able to exist anymore would be really bad. Now, there was someone in chat earlier saying they don't like 2b2t because of the paid queue. Allow me to explain. For those that don't know, back in the day, early Minecraft, the game was a lot smaller, a lot more condensed, and this meant it was a lot easier to run server-side. This meant that you could have literally hundreds, if not up to 1,000 people on a server, and it wouldn't crash, as long as you had a small enough space. I think the Yogscast were the world record holders for getting the most amount of people on a server back in the day. Let me see if I can find that OG video. Yep, here it is. And it's not like it's running well or anything like that, but nowadays you just couldn't do anything like this without certain mods. But this was, at the time, the world record. Everyone's frozen in place and rubber banding because the server can't handle this many people. God, this music was so common in videos back then. You heard this in so many videos. Scape loved using this music in the Whiteboard Wednesdays videos. Throwback. But back then you could pull something like this off, right? But here's the thing. Times changed. Minecraft became... there were updates to Minecraft's fundamental way of running that have to do with, it always being ran server-side, even natively when you're playing single-player, that essentially made Minecraft, along with many other updates, one of the biggest being 1.13, that made the game really poorly performing server-side. Now, especially with the size of 2b2t being what's the server size now? I think the map is 8 terabytes in size at this point, something along those lines. Getting there, at least. It may even be past that point now, depending on whether or not Elytra are enabled on the server. The server literally requires top of the line hardware to run. And the fact that Minecraft was never made to run with multi-threading means that you need a very particular type of good CPU in order to take advantage of that money you would be spending on a CPU to run Minecraft, and Minecraft is heavily CPU intensive, so you need a really good CPU to run even a server, right? And so 2B2T is forced, for the sake of performance, to have a maximum player count of 250. Here's the thing, though. With that said, there's a lot of fucking money that goes into running the server. Top-of-the-line equipment, management of, like, there's always having to be someone to go on and delete the lag machines now. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but compared to back in the day, 2B2T's server performance is way better. Like, it's actually near 20 TPS most of the time when I log on. Granted, it's usually later at night, but that's in large part due to the fact that Housemaster and his mod team actually started enforcing a no lag machine policy. It's not truly anarchy, but I think this is a fair policy. Like, if people are literally just building machines in the game made to drop the TPS, then yeah, they need to get banned. 20 TPS is great if you can even get in. Well, the reason why they have the $20 fee to skip the queue is because without people donating the $20, the server can't stay up. People who pay for priority queue are why the server still exists. So, Bode Shaw, you're just kind of mad. I get why you're mad. But also, that money is what keeps the server up. What is TPS? I only know what FPS is. TPS is ticks per second. Minecraft is, like, basically every second in your Minecraft game, 20 ticks pass. And ticks are basically how often the Minecraft server communicates between your client and the server to line up and synchronize things that are happening, right? Like you break a block natively on your screen, on your client, and that communicates 20 times. Your client is communicating ideally 20 times per second with the server to make sure that what happens on your screen is also what's happening on the server's side for other players. And then that's also happening for other players, where what's happening on the server side is communicating 20 ticks per second with the players. But when the ticks drop, when the TPS drops, that causes there to be lag, such as you break a block and then you have to wait a few seconds before it actually breaks, or God forbid you have to break it a few times before it actually breaks. Or if the TPS is low enough, good luck breaking blocks, period. That's what TPS means. So 20 TPS is ideal. Anyway, as I was saying, essentially, the queue existing, the paid priority queue that exists on 2B2T, being able to skip the line is the only reason the server is able to run. It's the only reason that the server has any hope in the future of ever updating past 1.12, because there may be future hardware that comes out that actually accommodates 2B2T's massive, massive hardware requirements and software requirements. Not to mention, Housemaster pays for server hosting as well. Now, I'm not saying that a bunch of that money isn't, like, going to Housemaster's pocket, but, you know, like, the existence of priority queue is not a bad thing. But that is now non-EULA compliant. So whether or not 2B2T will even be able to afford its own existence going forward is now being called into question. Any server or piece of online content, such as video or others, may be taken down due to any reason whatsoever if Mojang does not like what you are doing. This is basically a clause that is opening up Mojang to have the ability, if they choose, to take down any content using Minecraft that they don't like or agree with. So this could be like, you guys probably won't dislike this one as much when I explain what the intent of this probably is. It's for, like, when some kid uploads his Nazi Minecraft video where it's like, all right, everybody, here is my, I'm trying to do a German accent. I don't know. Like, it's when you get that, like, a shithead 13-year-old uploading his, like, Nazi Minecraft video where it's, like, the tour of his Auschwitz Minecraft world or whatever. Like, Mojang would be able to take that down using their copyright. But at the same time, there is a lot of scenarios where this could be expanded to, like, they could just shut down 2B2T with this policy as well. All server owners are obligated to add a disclaimer saying not an official Minecraft product /service /event /etc. not approved by or associated with Mojang or Microsoft on their websites. This is misrepresented. What's actually the case here is that people trying to host non-official events cannot use Minecraft's official branding as, like, a way of bringing people to it, right? Or as the primary way. So if you want to release a Minecraft book, it has to be, like, a Minecraft story as the subtitle, not Minecraft as the main title. I think this one's fairly reasonable. It's made to prevent like scammers and grifters from taking advantage of younger or older, more naive Minecraft players. Using Minecraft as a significant part of a creative work, such as a YouTube video, is no longer allowed. So, essentially what this means is that it's better to give an example of what wouldn't be allowed. Let's say, for example, you are a YouTuber who wants to do a Minecraft Let's Play that is a Patreon exclusive, as in your fans have to pay to your Patreon to gain access to your exclusive Minecraft Let's Play. That is no longer allowed. You cannot charge people for entrance. My system of verifying that people don't, like, fuck up the Minecraft servers I want to host, of having it so that people who've subbed or donated or gifted a sub on the site before are the ones who can join, that is no longer allowed, because that counts as charging people for entry to the server. Tons of content creators do this to make sure that trolls don't get onto their server to fuck things up while they're offline, and the mods are offline, and like ruining the player experience. Now that is no longer allowed. Any server or other thing that is Minecraft related is considered commercial under every circumstance, even if it does not make money. That's a massive stretch. That is not exactly what the EULA says. It's more so if you are marketing something, even if it doesn't make money, if you are marketing it and advertising it, it is considered commercial. If you are paying money to advertise it, that's what that actually meant in the EULA. That is a misrepresentation. In-person Minecraft events like LAN parties are no longer allowed to engage in sponsorships if said event is to make money. This is almost certainly going to shut down a lot of smaller Minecraft events, but this is specifically targeting smaller events that Mojang probably doesn't endorse. Overall, though, this seems weird. I wonder if Mojang doesn't want Keemstar hosting any big Minecraft events. Because for those of you guys that don't know, that big like Minecraft championship thing is hosted by Keemstar, or at least was for a while. And I have a feeling Mojang doesn't like that. Servers with any content not suitable for 10-year-olds, whatever that may be, are no longer allowed. All servers, entitlements, and advertising must be suitable for audience of all ages. For example, no gambling, pornography, violence, terrorism, explicit lyrics, or other unsafe/mature content, and that they don't harm the Minecraft brand. Minecraft is rated 10 and up. So, this is the one that's gotten people arguing, because they have very, very loosely worded this particular change in the EULA. It was Minecraft Monday, not MCC. I forget what it is. Listen, the Minecraft stuff is very broad. I'm not as tapped into modern Minecraft culture because I'm a Minecraft boomer, okay? At the end of this segment, I'll show you guys my Minecraft world, and you guys will see how much of a Minecraft boomer I am. Anyway, with that said, this is obviously pretty bad. The wording of it suggests that this only applies to advertising for servers, but that would affect 2B2T quite strongly. For example, you could consider FitMC's videos advertising for 2B2T, and there are quite a few videos in which you can see the chat, and it is quite toxic. A lot of videos about 2B2T streams and whatnot are about how toxic it is. Hell, like, one of the defenses I heard of this was saying, like, oh, this won't affect 2B2T. They just don't want it to be so that a kid can log into a Minecraft server and immediately see, like, a photorealistic, like, pixel art of a dick in front of them. And it's like, I don't know if you've played a lot of 2B2T or not, but one of the most popular things in the server are the nude map arts. There is a lot of map art hentai on 2B2T that is quite explicit. A lot of people would post them in front of streamers' screens to get them banned, because it's like high-res pixel art of porn. That's been a thing on 2B for a while, so that would also be breaking this new rule. 2B2T breaks many of these rules in many different ways. Servers are obligated to have a terms of service clause before even joining the server for the first time, in a way that describes the content of the server and pricing of ranks, for example, if applicable. This is an over-exaggeration. It's for any server that it's in advertising that you're paying for. Where do I find 2b2t, Zan? No particular reason. 2b2t.org is the IP. 2b2t.org, all undercase. That is the IP. It's for Minecraft 1.12.2. Get a hacked client. Fictional story writers are not allowed to include Minecraft brands or assets like fonts or images for Minecraft-related works. This is not true. It just has to be a subtitle. It can't be like, you can't have Minecraft, then yada, yada, yada for your specific branding. It has to be your specific branding, a Minecraft blank, right? If you want to include Minecraft in its branding. I think that's reasonable. Although this will most likely eliminate the existence of the Minecraft Bible. I need to get the Minecraft, I need to get the Bible Minecraft edition bought up before those are banned. Furthermore, they also proceed to state that they are now allowed to change the guidelines and that it's your responsibility to check them, which legally they are required to let us know about. Okay, so basically under EU laws, it is actually the responsibility of the company updating their end-user license agreement to make sure that their consumers know about those updated changes, not the other way around. But Mojang finished off the blog post by saying it's actually your responsibility to know about these updates, which is literally not legally the case. So Mojang, A, came off as massive cunts by saying that. It came off as super passive-aggressive and rude, in my opinion. And B, we're just outright legally wrong. And I think morally wrong, too. Like, that was just, like, a real douchey thing for them to finish it off with, in my opinion. This update officially shows that Mojang no longer cares for the community. That's an over-exaggeration, but I do think they care more for some parts of the community than they do others. I think they aren't a big fan of the Java community at this point. I think that the upper echelon of Mojang could honestly do with like Java Edition completely being left to like decay and everybody being forced to buy and move to Bedrock Edition where you have to pay for mods, texture packs, and skins and stuff. That's what Mojang wants. Engage with the game due to these guidelines, giving Mojang full control over shutting down years of hard work for any reason whatsoever. They don't even try to hide it anymore through loose wording, which is still present everywhere and would be, under certain cases, considered misleading in court due to EU contract laws. There is no good end to this post, because this is not good news. If it is not already clear, this update is not only a terrible precedent to future updates, but shows Mojang is taking after totalitarian companies that wish to have total control over everything without leaving space for creativity. I sincerely hope this is concerning enough to actually hopefully lead to a reversal. And that is the Reddit post that's gone pretty viral. Now here's the thing. Obviously, some things there were over-exaggerated and a bit of it was emotionally driven, but a lot of the things there were valid concerns, and there are some very significant portions of the currently existing Minecraft online multiplayer community that are now in genuine jeopardy now. And I think that's a pretty bad thing. I mean, seriously. Without 2b2t, that is a massive chunk of Minecraft's cultural impact taken away from it. And I think this just overall contributes to Mojang's lack of charm nowadays. Mojang comes off as a toxically positive company. Do you guys ever get that vibe? As, like, old Minecraft players in the chat, do you get the vibe that, like, Mojang is now brimming with toxic positivity in their public-facing engagement? Like, it feels like it's trying so hard to appear cute and innocent, but they're literally the company behind the creation of the biggest game in existence. Like, hold on. Let's go to the official Minecraft YouTube channel. So if we look at the Minecraft YouTube channel's most recent uploads, you've got most of their uploads are literally either things about their other games or stuff about particularly Bedrock Edition, such as their skin packs and whatnot they release and charge people for. So for those that don't know, the actual moneymaker for Minecraft is this right here. It's stuff like this for Bedrock Edition that you have to pay for. There's an entire community of developers for mods and content on Bedrock Edition. And while, yes, the creators end up having a much better way of monetizing the content, it also means that the players have to pay. And Mojang gets money in the end. Mojang wishes they could get everybody playing Java moved onto Bedrock Edition, where mods are paid for. And they're like, they do branding deals like Fortnite does and shit. And it just feels very soulless and corporate compared to like the old school, like almost like family project that Minecraft had very early on. But oh my god, they did an Incredibles DLC a month ago. Whoa! Pay money for the Incredibles DLC. You'll get copyrighted if you make this a mod for Java Edition, but it's licensed and you have to pay for it on Minecraft Bedrock. By the way, this wasn't made by, like, Mojang people or anything. This is made by fans, essentially commissioned by Mojang, and just made by fans, and you better believe, like, there's been conflict around whether or not Mojang is properly paying the people who work on these things. Not only that, but the Aether mod was straight up ripped and uploaded onto the Minecraft Marketplace. The Minecraft Marketplace has very low standards of, like, making sure this isn't just some rip of other content. So, for example, Aether Minecraft Marketplace rip. You guys remember when for months, someone who's now a literal Mojang employee now had their, like, mods straight up ripped and pushed as official content? This eventually got shut down, but I think has come back. The Ether dimension for Minecraft Bedrock Edition, for like, I think it was $5 you had to pay. And it's literally like a ripoff of the Aether mod with some slight visual variation. But it's in Bedrock, and they charge money, because you have to pay money for mods and skins and texture packs and adventure maps and worlds and all that stuff in Bedrock Edition, and that's what Mojang, they want everybody to be playing that. There's cross-platform, which is nice. It's got some nice quality of life changes, and it even runs better, which is nice. But also, they have a built-in marketplace system through which they can monetize the game beyond just game sales in Minecraft realms, which is what they really want. This makes my brain hurt. I know it makes your brain hurt, but we're getting to the important part. I think that this is going to spur another Minecraft Dark Age. I really do. And I really couldn't imagine a better time for another Minecraft Dark Age to happen. Because if you guys remember, a little game a while ago got announced, okay? Back in 2018, right before the end of the first Minecraft Dark Age, a game was announced that, honestly, the hype for this game might have played a pretty substantial part in reigniting the hype for Minecraft going into 2019, into Minecraft's big second golden age. And that is a game made by an indie team that came from the Hypixel Minecraft server that has now since become a subsidiary of Riot Games, being produced by a team that has gone from 12 people to now over 100, that now has literally billions of dollars, no doubt, at their disposal for creating this game. This has gone from an indie project to the next big AAA blockbuster coming in the future, and that is Hytale. Behold, those of you guys who don't know about this game, welcome to the hype train. Oh, I do, Tharskull. Tharskull. Hytale devs have Zan's signature in their office. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They're a very good dev team. They're very based, too, like, politically. Anyway, Hytale, the game that you just saw the trailer for, this trailer released back in late 2018, December 13th, 2018, and now has over 60 million views on YouTube. It is one of the most viewed trailers for a game of all time, period. It just simply is. Here's the thing, though. When that dropped, the game had like 12 people working on it, and it was an indie project. That trailer and the hype it got a ton of fucking attention from Riot Games. And so the game underwent a big old delay, which sucked. But on the bright side, they kept us up to date on their development. And just recently, they dropped a new blog post back in June about meeting at the Riot Games studio to organize playtesting. They also got all the devs together. This is not all of them, because many of them weren't able to come to LA, or was it San Diego? I forget where, for the Riot convention thing. But this is just like a large portion of the team now working on the game. They did a big group photo. And then on top of that, the game's also going into the like playtesting phase. They're getting it ready for launch. It's already been like pretty heavily hinted we'll get it in either 2024 or 2025 at the latest, but it's looking more likely than ever that we're probably going to get it in 2024. But I personally have taken the conservative bet of 2025, so I'm either pleasantly surprised by it coming out earlier, which is more likely, or if it does get like small, like slightly delayed to 2025, I end up looking like I was the more realistic one, or I'm pleasantly surprised. Either way, I win. Either way, I win. But yeah, the game, it's going well. It's being funded and like produced by one of the largest game companies in the world. It's not like a development hell gonna die out game like Cube World. A lot of people want to take that position because they are doomer and don't think that good things can exist, but as somebody who's watched a lot of games that were like, I literally covered a fake game on my channel not too long ago. Like that day before game, I literally like did a video exposing a hyped up game that was very obviously like fake and a scam. And trust me, I know how to spot these things. Hytale's legit. Not to mention, I've literally, like, spoken to the dev team in particular, the company behind it, very loving of their fan base. They've, like, literally appeared on charity streams and stuff like that. It's fucking great. They're very, like, caring for the community that likes this game. And in fact, the community that is behind this game, or not behind this game, that loves this game is so dedicated to it that this music that you guys hear in the background of my streams was made by a friend of mine. This art was done by another friend of mine, and this is like this Hytale soundtrack, which they've already released a large portion of. Not a large portion of, but at least like a few tracks from. This is part of the Hytale soundtrack remixed into lo-fi and put into a playlist with this fan art. This is a character from the game called Gaia. Hytale has a lore and like there's a story. The way that Hytale's going to work is there's an adventure mode which has quests and a full storyline, a beginning, middle, and end, and everything. But then there's a whole multiplayer mode which can include mini games, mods, all that good stuff. So the game's going to ship with a base RPG sandbox like quest story mode built in, which is what I'm most excited for, to be fair, like at least on launch. And Gaia is one of the core characters that's going to center around. That's the fucking lo-fi girl. Well, it's the lo-fi girl cosplaying Gaia. Okay, hold on. Gaia Hytale. I'll show you guys some official art. I got like the worst, most pixelated image ever, but here you go. This is the godlike being that, as far as we can tell with the story, because they're keeping the story not spoiled, that we serve, or are, like, working for, or trying to save. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Vosh is gonna hate this game. I'm gonna make him play it. I've gotten him to look at the trailer years ago, and he's giving me shit about it not coming out yet, because the gaming community will, on one hand, complain about crunch time and workers not having the time to create a good game and being overworked by their employers to hit certain dates just to please investors and consumers, but then at the same time complain about a game getting delayed and like the dev team actually taking its time with it and having the freedom to release a game when it's done and not a buggy mess. And like, you literally will complain about either scenario, so they're just going with the one where they release a good game. That aside, Hytale came from the original EULA change that fucked over Hypixel and a ton of other Minecraft servers. That was the final straw for them, because already, like, it was very difficult for them to achieve what Hypixel wanted to be within Minecraft. Like, if you play Hypixel with what they've done with Minecraft and what they had to work with is insane. But they're still heavily limited, and what they say is they know what it's like to try to build a sandcastle in somebody else's sandbox. That's trying to build their server in Minecraft. It's too limiting, it's old, it's outdated, it's, to be fair, poorly made on a base level. And so now they've made a bespoke engine with a multi-billion-dollar budget, with a AAA publisher backing them, and now a team of over 100 people who are extremely passionate and dedicated to the game, with all the money, time, and energy that they need, and all the space they need and freedom they need to make the best game possible. This is gonna be big, alright? I genuinely don't mind the naysayers at this point, because it's just gonna be funnier when the game drops and ends up being, like, the biggest thing of all time. Anyway, they also dropped another trailer, actually. I'm fine bringing this segment a little further. I'm down to extend this segment by showing the second trailer that they dropped. This one's from Riot's channel. This is the trailer that Riot released. It starts with the former Riot CEO. This Riot CEO you see in the trailer retired, like, last year or something. But the former Riot CEO talking about why he and the rest of Riot were so hyped to bring Hytale and Hypixel, the company making it, into the Riot fold, because if you guys know Riot's, like, thing, they see a concept that is really popular but not being executed to its fullest potential, and then they find a team or do it themselves that executes that concept to its fullest potential. You may hate League of Legends, but you can't say League of Legends doesn't pull off the MOBA model the best. It's the best made MOBA. It just is. People who say that it's not are just trying to be contrarian. There's a reason why it's the most popular MOBA. Look at Valorant. Team shooters? It's currently, like, the most popular team shooter. They looked at CSGO, and they looked at Overwatch, and they were like, we could do that better. And they did it better. Team Fortress TFT, or TFT, Team Fortress, or not Team Fortress, Team Fight Tactics. That game's super fucking popular. Like, Riot's released a bunch of other League-related games that are popular. Hell, the out-of-game media that Riot releases, always bangers. Always big successes. Arcane? You guys remember Arcane? You guys remember League cinematics? Listen, Riot knows quality. The reasons why we hate Riot games are community-related. It's the toxicity and the experience of dealing with other players, not the mechanical functions of the games themselves, or like, the games themselves are fine, it's the communities that are the problem. The content itself that Riot releases is pretty damn fucking good, okay? Riot releases good content, and for big companies like that, they're in relatively little shit. They know good content when they see it, which is why when the Riot CEO and the higher-ups at Riot, the people who acquired this game upon seeing what a big success it could be, say that they believe in this project, I believe them. Because they believed in League, they believed in Valorant, and these are projects that have very much been world-shattering successes. Like, everybody knows what Valorant is. Everybody knows what League is. League of Legends tournaments fill out fucking stadiums, bigger than, like, most like big sports stadiums here in America. It's anyway, let's get into it. This is the second trailer they released like 2 years ago.
Writers come up with
year and a half ago.
Amazing ideas, sometimes crazy ideas. I wish we can do them all.
This is the old CEO of Riot.
But, we can't focus on everything. And then sometimes we realize we're not necessarily the best studio to make these games. And that's kind of how I felt when I met Noxy and the team at Hypixel. They came up with a demo of Hytale, and I right away saw that we had something special. It was both familiar but also different. Different because it's a different game. It's a different genre than what we're used to. But familiar in the way they talk about the community, the way they're willing to challenge conventions, their dedication to one game, and their commitment.
League monetization is cancerous. You're probably not wrong, but I know so many people who play a lot of fucking League and have never spent a penny on it and have a ton of cosmetics. I'm pretty sure you can free-to-play a lot of cosmetics in League and free-to-play all the champions in League and everything.
Meant to make it better and better for years to come. That sounded very familiar to us, very Riot. And that's why we decided to partner with them and eventually have them join our family. I want you to know all about this, but I'm not the best person for this. So let me invite my friend Noxy to tell you about this journey.
Oh yeah, this game is being made and based in Northern Ireland. God, their studio is cozy as fuck. I like a cozy game studio. Oh, Richie Hane, thank you for the raid. Over on Twitch.
So the story of Hypixel is a story of a collective of Minecraft modders who shared a dream of going pro and having their own game someday.
Can we get some Noxy based in the chat?
Hypixel was very much driven in its ambition by the challenges that we faced as modders. So when we made the game, we knew that we were making the game for modders like ourselves. Since the announcement of the game and all the attention that we received afterwards, we started the process of making some pretty big changes on our path in order to ensure that we're going to meet our commitment to the players and realize their dream of what the game can be. It's pretty remarkable when you announce a trailer for the first time and before the game is even out, you're getting fan art, you're getting tattoos, you're getting cosplays and props, subreddits are developing, and the community is just showing you so much love. It's a lot of pressure as well. So we knew that we started to need some help, and then entering into a partnership with Riot.
The Quebecs are the little tree people that you just saw, and they're one of the factions that you'll be able to either ally with or against in the adventure mode of the game. And they're one of the headline marketing mobs of the game. It's almost like Hytale's Creeper.
Just eventually logically made sense. League came from Dota, which was on Warcraft 3. And so Hytale has come from Hypixel, the server, which was on Minecraft. And so that story is pretty unusual in the industry. And so we felt like there was a lot of lessons that we could maybe learn and advice.
All of the biggest games came from a story like this. There was a game, and then there was a mod or a server for that game, and then they made a game from that concept. If done properly, all the best games come from that, process.
That we could get for that journey. And so we met them way before the trailer was announced. And even back then, before we had proven that the audience was interested, Riot was interested. They supported us with advice and investment when we first established Hypixel Studios. And later when...
Oh yeah, if any of you play a Riot game, open up the launcher. Open up the Riot launcher. You'll see a Quebec on it. Riot's already started integrating Hytale into their marketing and their branding. The Quebec is on the Riot launcher. Hytale's not that far away, guys. The Quebec is on the Riot launcher. When you go to play League of Legends or TFT or whatever, you see one of these little guys from Hytale already there, along with the other characters. Riot is ready for this game to be a big goddamn deal. Can't wait to buy it. That's another big thing about why, I don't like the people saying this is a scam or whatever, because the only people who've spent money on this game are Riot Games. They're the only ones who've invested any money into this. You can't pre-order this game. There's not going to be pre-orders or pre-buying or early support. They haven't taken any money from the community. It's just been, here's a trailer, get hyped for the game. If it comes out and you want it, you can buy it. And it'll be ready when it's ready, is what they've said. That's not what scam games do. They do early access for like years and just wring every last bit of money they can out of their player base. I've been through that lesson before when I was 13 and I bought DayZ standalone. Trust me, I learned the hard way.
We became part of Riot Games in 2020. So that's enough of the context. Here to tell you more about the game itself is Sean McCafferty, our COO.
In Hytale, you create an avatar and set out to leave your mark on an immersive fantasy world. As an avatar, you have the power to reshape yourself and the world. We want to make expressing your creativity feel like magic.
Listen, guys, I know many of you in chat in real life, if I could describe like the style that you go for with your haircuts and your clothing, it would probably be gay, right? Like pretty gay. Your style is accommodated in this game's character creation, okay? They do Pride Month posts where they have like the very common LGBT hairstyles and clothing and fashion stuff, and it's there. You will be able to represent yourself in this game, okay? Another big thing I've noticed about this game, all right? You probably won't have noticed this as much if you're like a non-politically oriented white gamer, but if you've tried to make a black character in a character creation system in a game, like let's say you wanted to play a particular black character from a game or a movie or something, and you were trying to recreate that character in the game, upon getting to the hairstyle selection, you may find your choices are not quite acceptable in many, many, many games. I did a segment like this last stream. It's a very common issue. I remember, who remembers the clip when I tried to create the Idris Elba take of the gunslinger from the Dark Tower in my Fallout New Vegas playthrough? And I went to the hair section and was like, oh no, this game came out in 2010. Oh no, like you guys remember that moment, right? Don't be racist, Heavy Gretel, but enjoy those noodles. Yeah, that was a good moment. That was a good learning moment for me. This game and its character creation is very in depth, and from what I can tell, the variety of like hairstyles and stuff is not going to leave any group of people wanting for physical representation within the game. At least from what I've seen, it's been very extensive in what they've showed off.
And to take everything we love about the block game genre and combine it with our favorite parts of classic fantasy RPGs. You'll go on adventures in a world called Orbis. Here you have the freedom to craft, build, explore, and take on challenges with your friends. Our goal is to build a world that feels immersive and inviting no matter what you choose to do. Beyond Orbis, you'll have the opportunity to compete and express yourself through minigames and other forms of social play.
This is all in-game footage.
No matter what you and your friends are up to, we want to make sure that you'll be able to come together, hang
You're about to see what PvP looks like in this game. So much like Final Fantasy XIV, classes in this game are based on what weapons you have equipped, and so you're about to see a heavy hammer-wielding class versus a dagger-wielding class. Obviously, there's weapon, like, tier progression, because, like, you start out, like, if you like to wield a big hammer, you're going to start out with, like, a stick with a big rock tied to it, is basically the first hammer from what we can tell, and you'll, like, raid dungeons and do different, like, quest content to unlock better shit. This is, like, a later into the game piece of gear. But you're going to see two different classes using their abilities and stuff in PvP, because this game has actual abilities that you charge up and use, and, like, ultimate abilities and stuff. So watch this.
out,
There are
share
mages.
experiences.
There are multiple different types of mages from what we can tell. There are mages that wield wands, mages that wield staffs, and mages that wield spell books. And from what we can tell, they play differently. So that's interesting as fuck.
And establish your own identity.
There's also archers. Here's the combat.
Underpinning all of this is a set of tools that are intended to help creators undertake the same sort of journey that we have. These range from advanced block building tools.
Yeah, this is less so Minecraft 2 and more so Terraria 2. I like that Xan described the hairstyle options as gay. There's a certain point where, like, you become woke enough that like you start. It's like a bell curve of wokeness, or not a bell curve of wokeness, a horseshoe curve of wokeness. Sorry, where like at a certain point you become so woke that you realize certain things that seem problematic aren't as problematic as they seem on the surface. It's true. Some haircuts are just gay, and it's not problematic to say that. Eventually you become woke enough that that becomes a realization.
To an in-game modding interface that lets you reconfigure gameplay itself. We intend to empower you to create everything from new creatures to whole new game modes.
Yeah, as long as
Our
it's not
goal
an
with
insult.
these tools is to both empower the existing modding community and clear the way for a generation of new creators. We want to pave the way from creative play, expressing yourself with all the freedom the bugs provide, all the way to Creative Pro, making mods and sharing them with the community.
Hytale is a very ambitious game, but with Riot's support and some of the resources that we've been able to unlock, we now feel like we're moving in the correct direction to meet that ambition. We've been able to expand our team. We're hiring, developers that I used to grow up playing their games. We've been able to set up our own office instead of being 100% remote. We now get supported by the office. We're hugely grateful for the support of our community and especially a lot of the fan artists. So we've decorated.
I know many of the people who've made the fan art that is up on the walls, but they have literally lined the walls of their office with fan art that people have posted on Twitter. We do a yearly charity stream, me and like a bunch of other Hytale people. We do a yearly charity stream to help like contribute to the Thankmas event that Jacksepticeye does. Like the money we raise goes to that. And the Hytale devs always show up to talk to us when we do that event. And we signed like a big thank you letter to the Hytale team and got it etched in steel, I believe, stainless steel. And if you look at the newest blog post, I guess I can't open it in a new tab, but if you look at the newest blog post, tell me when you guys see it. Tell me when you see it. This is now up on the walls of the Hytale office. Do you see now why I specify the cultural difference between the Hytale team and community and the one with Minecraft and Mojang right now? Where it feels as though Mojang is almost at war with its own community, while Hytale and Hypixel seem to love their community and like nurture it regardless of how much negativity comes out towards them from some of the more impatient fans. It's a very stark difference, and that alone makes me more excited for the game, because it feels like this game's coming from better people. That's what it feels like to me. And this game came from the previous EULA change.
The walls of the office with that fan art.
In large part.
But most of all, we're confident now that the direction that we're being unlocked to move in is the direction that the community deserves Hytale to be. A game like this isn't something that you can sit down and write on a piece of paper and say, oh, we think this is a really great strategic opportunity as a studio. A game like this is a game that has to evolve a genre and move a community as a whole. And so we want to bring our Hypixel community into Hytale. We want to invite the wider games community, the Riot community,
watch this character.
a lot of different groups to come and experience this game with us.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We made this game because we felt like this is what we wanted to make in our heart. And that's what Riot, I think, recognized, and that's why we partnered, is, coming from the heart is how you make games that will move players.
Is my theme from Hytale? No. Just the background music I use for my streams is a Hytale Lo-Fi remix. So goddamn excited for this game. Expect me to do a full 24-hour ass stream when this game launches. You better expect it. Anyway, that game came from the desperation that the community had following the stringent guidelines that Mojang clamped down onto the community with these EULA changes after Microsoft got them. And these changes are coming from Mojang, not Microsoft. So don't say this is like a Microsoft issue. This is more so the changes after Microsoft acquired Mojang resulted in different people being in power whose decision making is, I would argue, quite questionable. So, I genuinely think that this change to the EULA, even if the actual results are not as bad as expected, I think it's going to contribute to so much more extra disdain for Mojang from the community that it's just helping to pave the way for a game like Hytale to sweep Minecraft off its feet. The cave update was a big step in the right direction, despite how much Mojang fumbled the cave update with the delays and the dropping it in pieces instead of just delay it and drop it all in one big piece, which is I think what people would have preferred in the long run. There's just a lot of reasons why Minecraft has a lot of issues. Another big one that I'm about to explain my sort of workaround solution to, is the fact that Minecraft is a game that at this point is just continuously updating and adding more features on top of a broken foundation. Minecraft's base code has been described as spaghetti code. And there's no way to fix that fundamentally. The solution was to make Minecraft Bedrock Edition, and they really hoped they could essentially make Java obsolete, and that eventually the idea of no longer supporting Java would not be like a controversial thing for them, but that didn't work. People don't like Bedrock Edition. If they can just play Java, they prefer that. The mods are free, texture packs are free, resource packs are free, skins are free, maps are free, mods are free, servers are free. You can run your own server for free. It's just people like Java. It's the original Minecraft. So people are not okay with that as a fix. Like, they didn't like that as a fix. So what ends up happening is the game keeps updating and updating and updating, which means worse and worse performance with each update. It's a big part of why 2B2T can't update to past 1.12.2. And on top of that, it means that a bunch of old content for the mod becomes completely obsolete and outdated with each new update. And if there is not an active team of people or team of fans to do revivals, then these mods will literally fade into obscurity to the extent that they become literal lost media. The ore spawn mod, for example, I'm pretty sure is like unobtainable now or something like that because of some crazy shit that happened. Like, there's just so many classic Minecraft mods that are totally unobtainable now. However, thank God there is a community of people like me who are really nostalgic for old Minecraft and miss how it used to be. I think Minecraft was best at its most simple. Let me show you my Minecraft world that I play in private, like, you know, myself. This is Minecraft Beta 1.7.3 Mango Pack modded, and I've launched it through Multi-MC. I've got my streamed world here called Bong Water. But then I've got my own, like, personal world here that I play in my own free time. Let me show you what it just kind of feels like. Ooh, dog poops. I've got the Better Than Wolves mod on here, the Portals mod. What else do we have? Mo Creeps and Weirdos and Mo Creatures, Industrial Craft as well. So if I come downstairs, you can see I've got machines running. And I think I have... Yeah, I'm actively processing clay into bricks because in older Minecraft, the block selection is so few and far between that it actually makes you want to go out of your way to collect different blocks and use more block variety in your builds. Here's the windmill I made. This is a full-on functioning windmill. It's actually spinning, and that's powering using a bunch of joints, this millstone, which I can put a bunch of stuff in to process. I've got hemp growing here and wheat in my greenhouse, which you needed greenhouses back then because mobs would spawn and get inside of your crops and trample them otherwise. So you had to build a nice greenhouse. I've got my sugarcane coast. That's a boar from Mo Creatures. I've got what I'm currently working on here is a windmill place, like a windmill, or not a windmill, water wheel, like sawmill place. Over there, you've got some camels from Mo Creatures just spawning. Lots of different dolphins and sharks in the water. If I explored around, there'd be tons of different mobs from Mo Creatures and Mo Creeps and Weirdos. In fact, built into the game back then was photo mode. you could do this. Unironically, it even includes the different modded mobs that you can see here. Just a straight up photo mode that lets you show a top-down view of your world. And this is my factory I'm working on. And I've got my Aether portal there, because the Aether mod is in here, and then my Nether/Twilight Forest portal. You have to hold a mushroom to go to the Twilight Forest when you go to the Nether portal. And it's just... I mean, I don't even think it's just the nostalgia goggles that makes this, like, feel so much more fun, and I feel so much more compelled to play and actually put time into the world. Like, I genuinely can't spend more than a few hours putting effort into a modern Minecraft world. It just, I lose motivation so fast. But with this, despite there not even being a set ending, I still feel, well, technically there is, because the Aether mod adds bosses to kill, but, like, I feel compelled to just take my sweet-ass time building as much as I can on my way to getting to the Aether and beating the bosses there. It's a really well-made mod pack, by the way, Mango Pack, and one of the few but very... Oh god, the boar's attacking. I got too close. One of the few but very, very nice features, or like projects made to preserve old Minecraft content. We got some Mo Creeps and Weirdos stuff here. If I can make it daytime, actually, I'll show off a little bit of, like, what the world around is like. Let me put this away. We'll equip a horse on a stick. These are a pretty rare item and mob to find in the world, but I can fly around and show you, like, look how populated and alive the world feels with different, like, creatures. We got some zebras. What else we got if I fly over here? Some sheepy sheeps. Some areas feel empty, but then you'll fly around a little bit and hang out, and mobs start spawning because when you stay in an area for a while... Oh, wolves. We got some wolves over there. I need to actually get those when I log back into this world. There's a fox there. Ooh, a goo goat. I should kill this goo goat and see if it drops a goo donut so I can show you what it does. Old Minecraft was so basic and just fundamentally just a basic game that any mod you added didn't do anything to break the game in any way. It just felt like it complemented base, you know, vanilla Minecraft. Like that goo goat gives me an item that lets me do this. I don't think this is too overpowered. Those goo goats are rare and put up a hell of a fight if you let them hit you. And it just feels so... It feels like this could be a vanilla item. That's what it felt like. Old Minecraft mods fit the game so well because the game was so basic at the time and such a, you know, clean slate for people to work with mods that when people built Aether portals thinking it was going to work and take them to the Aether because they'd never thought that's a mod. Like, it's literally a meme that people would go to the Aether, or try to go to the Aether in vanilla Minecraft because they thought it was a real update that they missed. That's how a lot of mods were back then. People thought Herobrine was an update to the game, maybe, that they just missed. So yeah, I feel like Minecraft, in so many ways, is so distinctly different now, in a lot of bad ways. I feel like Minecraft's early on simplicity actually helped it. But now, with each new update, a bunch of mods become outdated. And if they don't have devs actively updating them, then they're fucked now. They no longer... like, you have to go download an old version and set up an older Minecraft version just to play them. And it's like... It's almost like Minecraft would be better off, at least the Java edition would be, if they just stopped updating it past 1.20. And they just let the modding community have at it. That would actually be better than continuously updating the game with these pithy updates that break all of the community-made content. And of course, people have been literally begging for a mod API for so goddamn long that, like, Mojang finally responded with, instead of saying they'll get to it eventually, they finally responded by saying, no, we do not support user-generated content that is not backed officially by the Minecraft marketplace. So basically, if Mojang can't monetize it, they don't want to support it, which is why we'll never get a modding API, because it's just a system that would be used to make free mods for the player base. So you guys remember that Yogscast song? Where's the mod API? Who remembers this, this old thing? 9 years ago. 9 years ago from the Yogscast. 3.6 million views. 9 years ago.
Hey, Mr. Dinnerbone tells us regularly, says he's got a glint in his eye. But we've yet to see, guess he's too busy, promised long ago, just don't deny. Yes, I know it's tough, but we've had enough, where's the modding API?
This is 9 years old. People were fed the fuck up 9 years ago.
I can't make it work, mods have silly quirks, drives me mad, I just want to cry. That is why I tweet, oh yes, yet again, where's the modding API? Optifine is now installed, but my game can't help but stall.
Who remembers when you had to use MC Patcher? That's all I need to say, is MC Patcher, and you motherfuckers know.
Wish I could see things so clear, like mobs and buildings from over here.
Another mod installed, yes, another mod installed. More mods, many mods installed. Another mod installed, yes, another mod installed.
It's a good meme. People have literally been demanding the modding API and have been fed up for like a decade plus at this point. And Mojang finally just outright said it's never happening. Stop asking. Stop hoping. Yeah, that's what we get from Mojang. So I really do think that this change, as horrible as it is and as upset about it as I am, as a hightail waiter, a professional hightail waiter, I honestly couldn't be more thrilled to know that when hightail drops, which is now quite soon relatively, there will be maximum negative will towards Mojang and Minecraft, and a massive desire for a game that meets the potential that Minecraft has failed to meet for over a decade. So yeah, we'll see what ends up happening from all of this, I suppose.